regularly scheduled meeting for Tuesday, March 7th, 2023. Thank you so much for being with us tonight. Board members are attending telephonically or in person, so I will take roll call. Chair Jacobs?
In attendance.
Thank you, Chair Jacobs. Member Salamanca?
Good evening.
Member Ferrant is absent. Member Gould?
Good evening.
Member Felder?
Present.
Member Dr. Castor-Dental?
Good evening, Chair.
Good evening. Member Byrd? Good evening. Good evening. Member Felder, I was a little shocked by your lack of response on your greeting this evening.
I'm usually giving you greater greeting.
I know. We like it.
She's saving it for the end.
I also want to remind the public that board members will not be engaging in outside electronic or digital communication during the meeting so we can focus on the meeting itself, giving our attention to the matters immediately before us. Should you want to contact us, please continue to do so before or after each meeting. To my fellow board members, district staff, and members of the public, when speaking, please make sure that your microphone is turned on and speak directly into it so our YouTube and Orange TV viewers can hear you clearly. Again, thank you so much for participating in or attending tonight's meeting. We will now have a moment of silence immediately followed by the Pledge of Allegiance. And now for the pledge.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Good evening, and thank you for joining us for tonight's school board meeting. We have two outstanding recognitions that I would like to acknowledge before we discuss tonight's order of business. First, I would like to recognize Olympia High School's Aeromagic Flyers team, who won the 2022-2023 Real World Design Challenge State Champion Governor's Award. This award is a recognition for their notebook, a technical document that includes a student's group of work on an assigned problem. This year, the students designed a nearly 50-page notebook on an electric cargo plane called the EB-5. They conducted extensive research and created AutoCAD drawings, which helped them determine how the aircraft could fly efficiently. The annual STEM competition provides high school students with an opportunity to work on real-world engineering challenges in a team environment. The Aeromagic Flyers are taking their notebook to the next level by competing in the Virtual World Championship at Olympia High on Saturday, April 22nd. I'd like to invite Olympia High math teacher John Rolson, who is coaching and guiding the team, to say a few words and introduce these super students who created an award-winning Real World Design Challenge notebook.
Okay. Thank you. And the first thing before I get into anything, I like to congratulate and thank the parents, because without the parents, there would be no Aeromagic Flyers. The second thing I want to address is I want to recognize Principal Gorberg. She allows us to do what we do, and she's also inspirational in bringing Embry-Riddle to our school next year, which is the best aeronautical university on the planet. Thank you, Principal Gorberg.
Thank you.
Now, I want to talk about the 2022. Number one, Massachusetts feeds into Harvard and MIT. New Jersey feeds into Yale. And California feeds into Stanford. Our team competes against these juggernauts, and our team bested them along with India, Pakistan, China. they're the best team, or they are the best on the world. They had the best notebook in the world, and there's no amount of adjectives that can explain how proud I am of them right now. This time I wanted to present them with a special plaques, and I guess, I don't know if you can come get them, but I'll call your names out. Okay. Janat Buyong.
Why don't we have them come up here?
Let's have
Okay.
them come up.
Yeah.
Come up
Okay.
here. We're going to take a picture afterwards anyway, so they'll be in position. We can.
Okay.
We can wait.
There you go. You want to have a seat? Right there.
Okay. Go ahead and grab the other one out again. Okay. Martine Belazar. Mariah Langford. Genesis Baccarat. Did I get it right? Okay. Before they go up, I want to read what's on here. It says, creator of the best engineering and design document on the face of the planet. Your accomplishment has brought honor to your school, county, district, state, and last but not least, the United States of America.
Love it. Take the microphone for now, and then we can do a picture.
Can we invite the principal to come up for the photo, please?
Thank you very much. See one of your plaques.
Okay.
Very cool.
Okay.
Congratulations. So much. Ooh, that rocks.
Right.
Oh, T.
All right. Just like a hurricane, this is the first end of it. I got a second end. My current 2023 state champions, they will be going for a world championship on the 22nd of April at Olympia High School. They're working hard. They're going to try to take down India. India is the current champion. We want to bring it back to the United States and, of course, bring it back to Florida. I would like to introduce them. I'm just going to call first names. Yeah, come on up, and introduce Carolina. Come on up. Sakamoto. Maria Franco. Kimberly McMorrow. That's it, right? Ria Gata, is that correct? Is that close? I know they got the G right. And our project manager and leader of the team. It's going to be Justin McMorrow.
Come back. Come on, quick. Come back to us. Yeah.
Bring it in. Bring it in.
It is.
Yeah, I know you're going to win.
Absolutely.
Thank you very much. Oh, T.
Congratulations.
Congratulations. Good luck.
I'm trying to go to that.
Congratulations, Aeromagic Flyers. We wish you so much success during the world competition next month. Thank you, John, for your commitment and leading our students to success. Wonderful. Thank you for the invite.
Trying to come.
We have a few board members that wish to speak, so Member Byrd.
Well, my question was answered with our last gentleman that stood up, because I was going to ask if this is just a competition among the ladies. But I just, we really do appreciate strong women that are proud of their capabilities and are willing to go after what they want. So I was very impressed with all of the wonderful women that you stood up here and that you represent your school and your district and the state and the country so well. It's really impressive. We're really proud of you. Thank you. And we're, of course, very proud of you as well. Thank you for Justin for being the leader of these strong women.
Thank you, Member Byrd. Member Felder.
Thank you, Chair. First of all, the cultural diversity was just amazing, and it just does something to me. And the fact that our young people, there is so much good young people are doing in Orange County Public Schools and just in our world at large. But I just want to share something with you. Some years ago, when I graduated from Jones High School in 1974, our motto was, "The future is ours to create." You are epitomizing that right now. And I am so, so very proud of you young people and what you're doing. And I don't care what happens, because the road from now is not going to be very easy for you. But I want you to look back on what you have accomplished at your young age and know that nothing, absolutely nothing, can stop you. That same tenacity that you had to do what you have done, the whole world. We talk about NBA championships, but they just play in the United States. Y'all played really in the whole world and won. So I want you to know how very proud we are of all of you. And we're going to encourage you, and we thank you for your commitment. Our teacher, my mother was a math teacher. I thank you for your commitment to public education, the principal, your dedication and your love for your students and your staff. Thank you, and know that we are very, very, very proud of you. Thank you.
Thank you, Member Felder. Member Gould.
OT. Okay. So I want to thank Principal Goldberg and your amazing teacher, whose enthusiasm is absolutely contagious. But I was on the campus on Friday because I wanted to come and see some programs that were there, and I could feel the energy of the campus because of all the experiential learning that's going on there. You all are getting the opportunity to really learn life skills as well as your academics, and it's outstanding, and you're leading the way for what we want school to be like for every single student, and you're leading the way to success and showing it by the way that you win. So it's phenomenal, and I know OT's going to take it again. So best of luck. I hope I can be there on the 22nd. I'm trying to work on my schedule right now so I can, but what an exciting time, and I'm so proud of all of you.
Thank you. Member Salamanca.
Can you hear me? There we go. It is so great to see you all here today. I wasn't long ago when I was in your shoes. I did debate, and we also went against the Yales and the Harvards of the world, and we were kind of the public school from Florida that everyone always was like, who are those kids? But what you're doing is just the beginning of kind of your ability to set that bar and go above and beyond, even with some of those folks that it looks like they have all these incredible resources and support. But I went to school with many of them, and I would say that the skills that you're learning, just the hustle and your resourcefulness, goes such a long way that will follow you for the rest of your life. And it's just incredible to see you all and your passion. I have a lot of very fond memories and just feelings for those educators and the principal who supported a lot of those programs that made and changed my life, that influenced my goals to go into public policy in office now. All of that I carry with me. And so just to the educators, to the principal, it makes a massive difference. The support you give students in programs like this and the impact of long-term in students' lives. So thank you for that, and huge congratulations to the students.
For our next recognition, I would like to recognize the Central Florida Braille Challenge first place winners. The academic tournament was hosted by OCPS and the Florida Instructional Materials Center for the Visually Impaired. It featured students in 1st through 12th grade from Orange, Seminole, Brevard, Lake, Volusia, Polk, and Suwannee counties. They participated in Braille competitions at the Grace Covenant Presbyterian Church in Orlando in February. This year's event theme was Honeybee Braille. Students were buzzing with test and Braille skills and grade level. Hang on. It's sticking. Grade level reading comprehension, spelling, speed, and accuracy, proofreading, and charts and graphs. The nearly 200-year-old writing system was created by Louis Braille in France after losing his sight in a childhood accident. Braille helps people who are visually impaired to read by touching with their fingertips. It is an embossed 6-dot code representing the alphabet, numbers, punctuation, marks, and symbols. To tell us more about the Central Florida Braille Challenge and its amazing winners, I would like to now invite Associate Superintendent of Exceptional Student Education, Wendy Ivory, to the podium.
Good evening, Madam Chair, Madam Vice Chair, members of the board, and Dr. Armbruster. Thank you for taking the time this evening to recognize this amazing group of students. The Braille Challenge is the only academic competition of its kind for students that are blind or visually impaired. The Braille Challenge is designed to highlight and motivate students to practice and hone their Braille literacy skills, which are essential to academic and employment success. OCPS teachers of the visually impaired, along with the FIMC, created a day that not only allowed students to show their academic excellence in Braille, but to immerse themselves in a day of themed activities. Parents, students, and educators all had a role to play in the day. As part of the Honeybee Braille theme, students immersed themselves in pre-Braille challenge activities such as buzzing about books, brailing bee jokes, sampling bee products, speaking with a beekeeper, and exploring honeycombs, learning about the bee body parts and pollination, their roles of worker bees and queen bees. With OCPS goal of high expectations of student learning, the Braille Challenge is a perfect representation of this goal. Today we have students, teachers of the visually impaired, and school administrators, as well as parents, present to celebrate the achievement of our students. When I call your name, please come up to the front with your teacher and your principal if they're here. First place winner, Carlos Pico. Carlos attends Piedmont Lake Middle School and is in 6th grade. He participated in the Novice 2 category. The participants in this category are new to Braille or developing Braille readers in the contracted Braille code. Carlos moved to OCPS from Puerto Rico 3 years ago and works with his teacher of students with visual impairments, Marilee Honingford, for each day to master Braille. Congratulations, Carlos. Next first place winner is Haley Barber. Haley attends Lakemont Elementary School and is in the 1st grade. She participated in the apprentice category. The participants in this category are in 1st and 2nd grade, are Braille readers in uncontracted Braille. Haley began with OCPS in preschool at Princeton Elementary. Currently, she works with her teacher of students with visual impairments, Emily Vargas, each day to build on her Braille skills. Congratulations, Haley. Next first place winner, Leslie Simo. Leslie attends Acceleration East High School and is in the 9th grade. She participated in the junior varsity category. The participants in this category are in 7th through 9th grade, read fluently in contracted Braille. Leslie came to OCPS in 5th grade from the Dominican Republic and has learned Braille at a very fast pace. Leslie works with her teachers of students with visual impairments, Gracie Cassie, each day to apply her Braille skills in rigorous classes. Congratulations, Leslie. And last but certainly not least, we have first place winner Bella Laborio. Bella attends East River High School and is in the 10th grade. She participated in the varsity category. The participants in this category are in 10th through 12th grade, read fluently in contracted Braille. Bella has been a part of OCPS's calculus project and competes with East River High School's archery team. Bella works with her teacher of students with visual impairments, Joycette Kane, during the week to apply her Braille skills in rigorous classes such as chemistry honors and pre-calculus. Fun fact, Bella also participated in the National Braille Challenge in 2022. Congratulations, Bella. So now these students will wait to hear if their scores fall within the top 10 of students throughout the United States. We're rooting for them. They're going to make it. Canada and United Kingdom. Those students will be invited to the National Braille Challenge in Los Angeles this summer for 2 days of competition, camaraderie, and fun. Let's give it up again for our Braille Challenge winners. And I also want to say thank you to Elizabeth Padilla. She's the director of the visually impaired and along with a whole lot of other departments, but she also works with them. So thank you guys. Elizabeth, go get.
Thank you very much, everyone.
Kudos to all the student winners. Thank you to our teachers and exceptional student education departments for supporting our students and tapping into their unlimited potential. Y'all are fabulous. We do have a few school board members that wish to speak. Dr. Castrodental?
Thank you, Madam Chair. I want to congratulate again the Braille competition winners and their parents and the teachers and the principals, because I know it takes a village. And I think it sounds really fun to be a part of the Honeybee Challenge.
I know.
And I know the chair of our board is not here right now, but had she known, she would have gotten you some of her own homegrown honey and given that to you. Yes, so she raises her own bees, so she probably would have enjoyed going to the Honeybee Challenge. But congratulations, and I realize that some of you are learning English and Braille at the same time, and that's tricky. So congratulations to all of you.
Congratulations again on this huge achievement. I'm so proud of each and every one of you. So congrats. We are going to move on to proclamations. So April 2023, we are proclaiming as National Arab American Heritage Month in Orange County Public Schools. Also in April 2023, we're going to proclaim this month as Autism Awareness Month in Orange County Public Schools. We will also proclaim April as School Library Month in Orange County Public Schools. We will be proclaiming April 3 through the 7th, 2023 as National Assistant Principals Week in Orange County Public Schools. I'd like to invite John Miller, Acting Principal at Meadowbrook Middle, and the 2022-2023 Assistant Principal of the Year to come forward to read the proclamation.
Thank you, board members, for this opportunity. National Assistant Principals Week, April 3rd through the 7th, 2023. Whereas the School Board of Orange County honors and recognizes assistant principals for their steadfast commitment to ensuring a positive impact on learning by working collaboratively with school principals, teachers, and staff to maintain high standards for instruction, achievement, character, and developing a positive school culture. And whereas the vision of Orange County Public Schools is to ensure every student has a promising and successful future. And whereas the district's mission of creating enriching and diverse pathways that lead our students to success with the support of families and the community depends greatly on assistant principals as a necessary support for establishing inclusive, supportive learning environments and continuous community engagement. And whereas assistant principals have provided the leadership necessary to support learning by focusing on the support to students, staff, families during the COVID-19 pandemic. And whereas assistant principals have worked diligently to establish the socio-emotional supports necessary for a conducive learning environment despite trying circumstances. And whereas it is critical that assistant principals serve as educational leaders of their schools, demonstrating knowledge of effective instructional strategies and providing for the learning needs of both students and teachers. And whereas assistant principals must act within rigorous federal and state accountability systems that demand more from schools and communities, and they are increasingly tasked with meeting the needs of the whole child. Now, therefore, be it resolved, the School Board of Orange County, Florida, does hereby proclaim April 3rd through the 7th, 2023, as National Assistant Principals Week in Orange County Public Schools. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Miller. We will also be proclaiming April 9th through the 15th as National Public Safety Telecommunicators Week here in Orange County Public Schools. Dr. Armbruster, do we have any newly appointed administrators to present tonight?
No, Madam Chair. There are no introductions this evening.
Thank you, Dr. Armbruster. At this time, we're going to move into the business portion of our meeting. So for those of you who joined us tonight for recognitions, you are free to leave if you choose to do so, to go celebrate. Yes. Or you could stay and listen to our strategic plan update on sustainability. Have a good evening, everyone, and congratulations again to all of our winners. Thank you so much for being here. We'll give it just a few minutes for everybody to leave and others to get settled.
Yep. Talk slow. Make sure.
She was the mole.
Go ahead. Oh, turn left. Okay.
But if you could hear me. Next, we will have an update on the strategic plan. Dr. Armbruster.
Thank you, Madam Chair. At this time, Roberto Pacheco and Jennifer Fowler will present on the topic of sustainability as a part of our strategic plan.
Good evening, Chair, board members, Dr. Armbruster. Tonight, I'm going to actually, Jennifer will be doing the majority of the work tonight. I will just be sitting in the background because I think she will be sharing a lot of good information about sustainability, not so much what we have done, what we are doing, and what we are planning on doing on that area. So now, Jennifer Fowler, Director of Environmental Services and Sustainability.
Good afternoon. Thank you for this opportunity to provide an update on the Sustainability Plan 2030 and the Green Schools program. Let me start with this question. What is sustainability? Surprisingly enough, there are many people today who have this question. The United Nations defines sustainability as meeting the needs of the present without compromising the ability of future generations to meet their own needs. In a nutshell, sustainability is in direct alignment with the OCPS vision and mission. So why 2030? The 2030 aligns with our local peers and municipalities who have also set this year to achieve multiple sustainable goals. The initial sustainability plan development began in 2020. As part of this development, we engaged internal and external stakeholders, working with Orange County, the municipalities of Orlando, Apopka, Winter Park, and Winter Garden, along with UCF and Valencia College. We ensured our plan goals align with their plans. The leadership in these local municipalities also helped make up the participants in our expert advisory council. We referred to the United States Green Building Council's Center for Green Schools, who developed the whole school sustainability framework. We included the three main pillars of the framework, which are physical place, organizational culture, and educational program in the development of this plan. We ensured our goals align and strive to meet many of the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals. We have identified 13 of the 17 SDGs that align with our sustainability plan goals. And most importantly, the plan aligns with the district's vision, mission, and strategic plans. We have learned through previous sustainability initiatives that stakeholder engagement is a key for successful results. So we took our first step by conducting a listening tour. The tour consisted of conversations throughout 12 departments across 5 divisions to understand their challenges and goals. Through the listening tour, we later developed 5 advisory councils, the Expert Advisory Council, as previously mentioned, the Student Sustainability Advisory Council, which comprised of high school students engaged in their school's environmental clubs alongside their school's club sponsor, our Facility Advisory Council, which consisted of past Green School applicants and their respective school leadership, our Interdepartmental Council included district staff who expressed an interest in further developing the plan during the listening tour, our Community Advisory Council, which included environmental advocates in our community who are parents of OCPS students. And finally, we were fortunate that 2 sustainability questions were included in the district family survey. In all, the plan development included stakeholder engagement of over 47,000 contributors. The results of our stakeholder engagement concluded that these 5 targets were the most important challenges to focus on in the sustainability plan. The sustainability plan also identifies alignment with the OCPS strategic plan objectives. The 3 waste reduction goals are divert total waste stream from the landfill, increase waste reduction, educational awareness. Each of the sustainability targets include educational awareness. I will be discussing at the end of the presentation specifically on the Green Schools program for these targets. Decrease food waste by increasing total weight of composted and donated food. In fiscal year 2022, over 21 million pounds of the waste stream was diverted from the landfill. This includes school-based recycling such as paper, cardboard, and plastic bottles, bus tires, scrap metal, yard waste, textbooks, and surplus materials auctioned for reuse. As a result of these efforts, the district avoided over 30,000 metric tons of carbon dioxide from entering the atmosphere. This is equivalent to the annual greenhouse gases from over 6,000 passenger vehicles, or 75 million miles traveled by an average passenger vehicle. Food donations in OCPS are possible through our partnerships with Means Database, who connect nonprofit agencies with donors. Through this website, nonprofit agencies are alerted that a school has food available for pickup. OCPS is partnered with 30 nonprofit agencies in Orange County, allowing donated food to directly impact our local communities. Composting food waste from kitchen production area and donating bulk produce for schools' agricultural programs support farm-to-school activities. OCPS Sustainability Office and Food Nutrition Services was awarded in October a $200,000 grant from the USDA as part of the American Rescue Plan Act to implement composting in 21 schools, along with furthering the food recovery program through share tables and donation to nonprofit organizations. This 2-year grant will provide the district with the opportunity to develop best practices and to perform cost analysis to expand district-wide. The 3 water conservation goals are decrease indoor water consumption, decrease irrigation usage, and increase water conservation educational awareness. The Energy Cap utility program is managed through the Sustainability Office and is used on a daily basis to review monthly utility usage on invoices. In addition, OCPS partners with utility companies, and we are notified of outliers. For example, OCPS was able to receive an $80,000 credit back to one high school for an overage. Smart irrigation systems have been installed at 75 locations. They are on the middle school landscape materials as per the current design guidelines. High schools has the system on the landscape and athletic fields, including the practice fields. Smart irrigations have a weather-based irrigation controller, which uses local weather data to tailor irrigation schedules to actual site conditions, conserve water consumption, and to prevent waste in greenscape areas, and improve our ability to be good stewards of our water resources. The objectives of this target include increased school gardens, increasing climate-healthy and plant-based dining options, increasing the health of buildings by decreasing indoor air quality challenges, increasing outdoor instruction time, and improving performance on the Florida Health District Assessment Tool. Orange County Public Schools, with partnership with the USDA, Florida Department of Agriculture, procured 532,131 pounds of locally sourced produce from August 2022 through January of this year. 28% of all produce received at OCPS is locally sourced. A few examples of local produce received this year include cucumbers, grapes, yellow corn. During the months of October and December, OCPS purchases Florida Satsuma mandarins, and in summer months, OCPS purchases Florida-grown watermelon. The Environmental Compliance Department's environmental standards coordinators respond to all indoor environmental concerns throughout the district. One proactive program implemented in 2015 was the Summer Inspection Program. This program is aimed at providing continuous oversight of our school campuses and classrooms to ensure the potential indoor environmental quality issues are identified and addressed during the summer, so that staff and students are returning to safe and healthful learning environments each fall. The Healthy District Assessment Tool, which was identified on the sustainability plan, will need to be adjusted. Since the publication of the plan, the Florida Department of Education is no longer supporting the program. However, the School Health Services Act, Florida Statute 381, tasks the local health departments and the district school boards to jointly develop a SHAC. OCPS has added the wellness component. This program is overseen by the Health Services Department. The purpose is to provide feedback and review the local health services and support school wellness. SHWAC provides advocacy for school health and academic success, identifies needs and the opportunities to maximize use community resources, and promote the partnerships between parents, school, health, business, and community leaders, and facilitate the implementation of health-related initiatives. The 5 energy conservation and renewable energy goals are decrease energy use intensity, otherwise known as EUI, decrease carbon emissions, increase use of renewable energy, increase energy conservation and renewable energy awareness, and increase sustainable building design construction rating. A way to measure a building's energy use is by the energy use intensity. EUI is an indicator of the energy efficiency of a building and operations. This is benchmarked against buildings of similar usage. The US EPA benchmarks performance through Energy Star. The median K through 12 school EUI is 48.5 BTU per square foot. The current average EUI for the district is 44. Projects that are positively impacting the district's use of energy include heating, ventilation, and air conditioning projects, LED installation and retrofits, and sustainable school designs. You'll hear more specific details in the coming weeks from the Chief Facilities Officer during the capital program work session. Greenhouse gases are compounds released into the atmosphere. Most occur naturally, as in waste decomposition, some from livestock and agricultural practice, and others from refrigerants and coolants. A majority of the man-made greenhouse gases are generated by the combustion of fossil fuels. Tracking the greenhouse gases generated from these types of activities allows us to consider opportunities for emissions reductions and lessen climate impact. Orange County government and community emissions are tracked and inventoried in the International Council for Local Environmental Initiatives ClearPath module, otherwise known as ICLEI. In measuring greenhouse gases, tools normalize these gases into CO2 equivalent. This normalization allows for the comparison and contrast of the activities occurring within Orange County that are responsible for the creation of these gases. The Clean Energy Connection Program is designed to utilize low-cost, universal Duke Energy solar facilities while delivering solar energy efficiently to OCPS. It is also designed to provide a 7-year full payback. In December 2020, OCPS subscribed to the maximum available subscription size of 80,943 kilowatts. The first community solar farms became operational in 2022. As of today, 25 schools are from renewable energy sources, with another 41 schools to be added this year. By the end of 2024, 100% of 112 schools will be from a renewable energy source. In addition, the Orange Technical College new West Campus will include rooftop solar. Over 58,000 square feet of rooftop and canopy will include solar. This is equivalent to over 925,000 kilowatt hours of energy produced by solar for this campus. The estimated return on investment for this measure is approximately 16 years. The adoption of Florida Statute 255 requires buildings be constructed to meet nationally recognized high-performance green building rating system as approved by the Department of Management Services. OCPS is currently using Green Globes, which has completed the American National Standard using the ANSI-approved consensus process and is nationally accepted program with a total of 1,000 points available. In fiscal year 20, 5 of the 8 projects received a 1 Green Globe. In fiscal year 21, the new construction projects achieved a 2 Green Globe rating. And in fiscal year 2022, 3 of the 5 projects achieved a 1 Green Globe, while the remaining 2 achieved a 2 Green Globe. The main objective of this target will decrease transportation emission and improve air quality for our community. By achieving the targets of the 6 goals by 2030, the district will develop a comprehensive and holistic approach to reducing our carbon footprint and improving the health of our people. In 2018, Florida was identified as a beneficiary to the Volkswagen Environmental Mitigation Trust. One of the mitigation actions identified was the replacement of older model diesel school buses. As a result, the district was awarded funding to purchase 6 electric school buses. In addition, through the funding from the bipartisan infrastructure law, the US EPA has also announced the Clean School Bus Program rebates. The district submitted a request for funding for an additional 20 school buses. Currently, we are waitlisted for the buses. On Monday, February 20th, the district officially became the first school district in the state to have fully operational electric buses. The district has identified several metrics which impacts fuel consumption. One of the key performance indicators of the transportation department is managing deadhead miles. Reducing deadhead miles reduces fuel consumption, vehicle maintenance, and other costs of operation. Additionally, adding bus depots such as Horizon High School reduce deadhead miles. The bus replacement program is another way the district is not only improving efficiency and increased miles to the gallon of fuel, but they also meet the most up-to-date EPA emission standards. Finally, idle time. The district buses are equipped with an anti-idling and shut-off after 5 minutes. As I previously mentioned earlier in the presentation, every one of the sustainability targets includes an educational component. The Green Schools program is one way of implementing and achieving these targets. Last school year, we had a record number of applications. The Green School program is designed to create cultures of sustainability in our schools. The program launched in August of 2014 and includes aspects that are important to OCPS, such as energy conservation, transportation, waste and water reduction, health and well-being, school gardens and community connections, and innovation, which encourages schools to explore new initiatives above and beyond the rubric. Every one of the Green School rubrics incorporates educational components. In addition to educational gains, Green Schools benefit from savings on operating costs, community involvement and partnerships, lifelong sustainability habits, preparing students for environmental challenges, and providing opportunities to apply learning with real-world scenarios. Let me take some time to share some highlights from the 2021-2022 application submissions. Our first place winner last school year was Arbor Ridge School. In fact, this summer, one of the teachers from Arbor Ridge is working on her curriculum and instruction educational doctoral program at UCF and will be completing her lab practice in the sustainability office to develop a Canvas module to share with elementary schools to use as a guide or resource for lessons on sustainability topics. Oak Ridge High School has embraced a school-wide culture which earned them second place. Stone Lakes Elementary School continues to be a top-performing green school, which was evident by their third place win. Blankner School incorporated curriculum integration by studying the Everglades and its challenges. Roberto Clemente Middle School integrated sustainability topics into their curriculum. Horizon High School improved their school's habitat by building and installing bat houses on campus. Audubon School sold produce and recycled crafts with the community. Tildenville is reducing their impacts on the landfill with waste reduction through composting and share tables. And Millennia Gardens Elementary School participated in the Trash to Trends fundraiser. Finally, let me highlight some of the outstanding recognition by the U.S. Department of Education. OCPS was awarded the Green Ribbon for school districts in 2016. Castle Creek and Millennia Gardens have also been recognized as Green Ribbon schools. Through the assistance from the Sustainability Office, the top 3 Green School applications are submitted to the Florida Department of Environmental Protection for Florida Green Schools recognition. All 3 schools for the 2021-2022 school year are recognized as Florida Green Schools and have been submitted by the Florida Department of Education to represent Florida for consideration as a U.S. Department of Education Green Ribbon School. The announcement will be made on Earth Day. This concludes my presentation. I will now turn it back over to Dr. Armbruster.
Thank you. Thank you for all the hard work you did on this presentation. It was really awesome. It was really great. We do have a few school board members who wish to speak, so I will recognize Member Gould.
Thank you. A couple of expansion thoughts. This was phenomenal. It's come such a long way, and I'm just thrilled to see the expansion, not only on our energy, but the way that we're reducing our carbon footprint with our recycling, and then of course the school-based gardens. One of the challenges, we've had school-based gardens for a long time in West Orange County, but one of the challenges is if the teacher moves or the summer is just kind of killer to those things, and they are brutal to revitalize. is there, now that we have some more urban farm partners, is there a way to partner with them even more to help the schools like Grow Forward, the Four Rivers, University of Florida, all of those, to maybe find a way to sustain and maintain? Because everything that you showed on all those winners of how they've used their gardens and helped with sustainability are fantastic. But what it also incorporates into really teaching the state standards because of the way that they utilize the gardens for math, for science, for art, for geography. It's just phenomenal, and it's so interactive and fun. Okay, so that was one. And then any update on retrofitting buses for electric buses? Because we did take a nice field trip to look at some vendors that could do that.
Yes, Ms. Gold. Thank you for the question. You know, as we stated, we just started using electrical buses. The reason that we started with a number of 6 is that we wanted to learn more about the technology. We want to learn not how much is the mileages that can go. Right now, we have found out that also time is another thing to consider. Mm-hmm. A bus not only can go a certain amount of miles, but it can only go for so long. So if you stop in traffic, and we have a lot of urban areas on our district, so as we try to discover more and learn more about the technology, also training our new mechanics, we even had to train our drivers to learn how to drive the vehicle. So we are looking at all the possibilities, and definitely that's one that we can look into the future as we learn more about the technology and we know how better implement it in a much larger scale.
So one of the other opportunities, and you and I talked about this, but I want to kind of get it on record here, is as we're looking for the right site for another bus depot on the west side of town that would help with those deadhead miles, could it also partner with our technical college and be an electric bus site, or whatever alternative fuels there may be, kind of make part of it, that fleet there, experimental, especially if we have to build from the ground up, gives us that opportunity to really not only try different technologies, but make it a training ground for our students to be ready for that next energy support system. So if you would let me know about that as you're planning. Thanks.
Member Dr. Castro-Dental.
Thank you, Madam Chair, and thank you so much for giving such a great presentation of all the things that you are responsible for. And I know Roberto is also a huge advocate in his department for how we can be more efficient with our operations. And I see 2 big areas. It's the operations side in our facilities, and then there's the educational side, which you're kind of juggling both of those. So I have a couple questions. The energy cap utility program we have with Duke Power, is Duke Power the only energy company that we use in OCPS? Do we use OUC?
We do. Duke and OUC are both of our energy providers for OCPS. Yeah, so we have both.
Does OUC have a similar program?
They have a community solar program, but it is not a rebated program, so they substitute their fuel charge for a solar charge. And at the last time that I looked at it, that cost was above and beyond.
Okay.
So there's no rebate, so there's no return on investment for the district.
Okay, thank you. How many schools do we have participating in the Green Schools program?
Last year we had 38 schools, and their applications for this year are due at the end of this school year, so we don't know yet.
And do you accept all who apply?
Yes, everyone who applies is accepted. And we encourage everyone to apply, and even if it's just a start, so that they get that opportunity to learn from other schools and learn how to expand for next year. We just, give them that chance to really get to learn, and then we can reach out with more resources. Yeah.
Great. Thank you. Also, I appreciate these efforts so much, because Orange County Public Schools is such a presence and a large presence in the district. We have a big footprint. So anything that we do across the district will have large impacts for our residents. I noticed that we purchase 532,000 pounds of local produce. That reminded me that we have a lot of vendors and local businesses that rely on Orange County Public Schools. We are a huge part of the community, the business community. Another reason why we need to support our public schools, because we support our businesses as well. And I want to also just make sure anyone listening understands the money that we have to pay for all of the energy costs comes out of our operations budget. And any way that we can reduce that and reduce our energy costs allows us to put more money towards salaries. So this is so important that we are looking for efficiencies and investing in long-term solutions. So I appreciate that. And then I want to just talk about how great it would be if every school had a community garden, school garden. I would love for that to be a goal. But we have to find those partners to help sustain them, because there are a lot of work. And then I'm excited that we are working on a Green STEM Academy for Lake Silver Elementary starting next year. And we are looking for environmental science teachers that are excited about the environment and conservation and teaching kids. So if you are interested in being a part of that, you can email me. I will, yes, no, actually, you can let me know, because I am recruiting. If you are already at a school and you want to come to a Green STEM Academy, you can contact me. So anyway, I'm excited because that school is going to do what you said with our partnerships. We have Disney that is committed to help refurbish our school garden there, and with Disney volunteers as well. And we are also partnering with Four Roots Farm to help with this program. And I'm very excited. I talk to everyone about it all the time. I know Meredith Leftakis is in the back. She oversees Lake Silver as well. And I talk to her nonstop about this Green STEM Academy at Lake Silver next year. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Kester-Dental. Member Byrd.
Thank you. I was thinking about this garden idea because I also love the school gardens for so many reasons, but maybe we could look into getting high school kids to do that for community service hours over the summer. Go to the elementary schools or the middle schools and help keep those gardens up, maintain them. I know there's plenty of FFA kids, agriculture kids that would probably be more than willing to do that. To work, eco clubs at schools, right? Also, I love outdoor spaces for learning. I think that is such a cool idea. I know Dream Lake Elementary, that's one of the things they're working on in their plan. Their landscaping plan is to create outdoor learning spaces. I know when I was a teacher, I used to love to take my kids out to do our reading or, whatever. Because they just, there's something about being outside in the fresh air and sunshine that's just so good for them. So I love that. I wanted to ask a quick question about the bus depot at Horizon West, and I don't really know a lot about it, but I would think that that's a great idea. Is there any way that we could look at retrofitting some of our other high schools to be able to possibly become like mini bus depots like that, where we could cut some of those deadhead miles?
Yes, that's definitely a possibility. But as you know, that's a conversation that we will need to have with the community members as well.
Yeah.
As it all depends on what arrangement or zoning situation we have around the school. But yeah, that's definitely something. I know we have a similar type of operation at East River that is right beside the high school as well. Yeah, so it's definitely something that we can explore. No? No, okay.
All right, thank you.
I was just joking, but no. Member Salamanca.
Question on the buses. I think, Pacheco, we talked about a while back on the actual electric grid and its capacity to sustain electric buses. Any update on, now that you've had some of these buses out there and how that's looking?
Yep. So right now, we only have 6 buses. But one thing that we find out is the time that you can charge them, how long it takes to charge them. So those are the type of operational things that we're learning a little bit more. A good example is that I was just talking to a team and you said, I mentioned it to you all, is that you not only have to take into account the distance that they travel, but the amount of time that they're on the road.
Yeah, I heard that.
So that's something else that we, again, when you get into something new, we didn't think about that. It doesn't have just a limitation as far as mileage, but also the time that it can be out doing a route. But yeah, that's something that's still we're still tracking it.
Okay.
Because it will be a big demand. I mean, we have a fleet of around 600 buses.
Yeah, that's
so
a lot
imagine
on
all
the
those
electrical grid.
buses being charged at the same time. So
Yes.
that would definitely put some pressure on the
Sounds
grid.
good. Well, keep me updated
Yeah.
and find the answer to the question of 600 buses on the Orlando electrical grid. The other question I had was on the solar panels. So I saw a ton of energy and money being saved on each of these, but I think one of the numbers also was it's a 16-year return on investment. What is the average lifetime of these things before they break?
What I typically understand is that those are around 25 years.
Okay.
And that and even then, that is probably at a 90%
That's pretty good. Okay.
capacity still. So it's not as if they go at 25 years to zero.
Yeah.
They just decrease over time for replacement. That was the last statistic I heard, but I can definitely follow up if that
It's just a cost analysis. I'm sure you've done it, but I was curious because it used to be 10 years, but I know the technology has improved. So 16 years return on investment, 25, that's better. But yeah, just curious.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Member Felder.
Thank you. I'd like to again also commend you on your work and the report. I was just reminding Board Member Byrd when we were at an event, I think Dr. Williams was with us, and I was so proud of many of my schools who were green schools and the success they were having. And I've spent some time at, I think it was Millennium Gardens with the butterfly thing they're doing. And when you talk about the school gardens, I'm saying this because I really would like to have as many middle schools, especially, I know when I attended Carver some eons ago, we did have a very rich garden out at Carver Middle School. So I think I just wanted to comment that you said over the summer sometimes things get lost because we're out of school, but so many students need community service projects, and I don't know, our budget, maybe some teachers or something we can pay extra to come and man that, because we are living in a time, and I know I'm speaking to the choir, that we're going to have to learn how to eat off the land and learn how to preserve what God has given us. And I'm so excited about what OCPS is doing with this Green School Initiative and gardens. And I'm so proud of my community garden. I love it when I can get on Facebook and show pictures of the greens I picked out the side of my house, and I can say, yeah, this came from my garden, And so I'm excited. Now, it's my hope that more schools will become involved with the Green School Initiative and those gardens. That could solve a whole lot of problems, that we're dealing with. Eating from the ground is healthier and a lot of those things. So I'm proud of my schools that are involved with that. And I'm proud of the effort that you've put in and how well you presented this program. And I hope that we continue with this Green School Initiative. And thank you so much.
Member Dr. Castro-Dental.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I noticed that we have solar panels to help accommodate a welding building. Are you familiar with that, Mr. Pacheco? I saw that somewhere that we are able to provide the energy for this welding, which takes a lot of energy. And I know that we are expanding on the OTC Eatonville campus, building that welding lab. And I'm wondering if we can throw some solar panels on top of that while we're in construction and preparing that. And then also, I wonder if we could set up a friendly competition among our school board members to see to see who could have more green schools in their district.
Okay.
What does the winner get?
What do we get? What do we get?
What do we get?
You get to come out and brag.
That sounds
make
like
you
a fabulous
cookies.
plan. You'll make cookies?
I'll make some vegan cookies.
Okay, nobody wants vegan cookies. I'm going to speak for the crowd. Member Byrd?
That's so funny because I had written down that I was going to kind of challenge the board members that, with the garden idea, our funding in our schools is always so limited, and it does cost some money to do gardens. So I was just going to say that it would be a great investment for our school board members to make in some of their schools that might be interested in starting a garden. So I was going to kind of challenge my fellow school board members to join me in offering to help fund that for some of our schools, because I think that's what I want to do. And then I have one more quick question. On the 16-year return for the solar, I was just trying to, that just seems like such a long time. And I understand that there's a lot of costs, but I would think for a building like the OTC West campus, it's such a huge campus. And I thought when we got that update, those solar panels were going to be providing most, if not all, of the energy for that campus. Was that true or no?
I'm probably going to have to defer back and get back with you on that and get with our facilities construction team.
Yeah, I'm almost positive that they told me that. So I'm thinking a campus like that has got to cost a lot to maintain the energy for. So I can't wrap my head around it taking 16 years of all that energy costs to pay for starting doing the solar. So I'm just trying, if I could maybe see like at some point a breakdown of where you got that, I would love to be able to see that just so I can understand it better.
I'll follow up with
Thank you.
facilities. Yes.
Member Dr. Castro-Dental.
Yes, thank you. I just want to follow up. I thought Member Byrd was going to add to it, but she didn't. So where can we find the application to be a green school?
We have that published on our intranet So if you go to the sustainability on OCPS.net, the intranet side, it is under the sustainability tab or link.
And when are these applications due?
Applications are due at the end of the school year. So it's definitely not too late. And what we tell schools is the application may look overwhelming, but if you look, it's meant to be a culture for all the schools, for multiple teachers. It's not meant for one person. It's really meant for everyone to participate. And I think if they go through, they'll find already they're doing a lot. So they're checking the boxes because they already do a lot. So there may be one initiative that they take on this year. So I don't want schools to think they have to go all in and implement all brand new. Really, they're probably doing most of it, and maybe they take on one initiative and just see where they land.
Well, I would offer to the schools in District 6 some startup funds from my discretionary fund. So if they are interested and need some startup funds, to reach out. I'm going to help you. I'm going to reach out to every one of my schools and see what they need. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Castrodental. I think we've had some good suggestions by both Member Byrd and some throwdowns challenges presented to us by Member Dr. Castrodental. For all those schools in District 6, she has agreed to help you fill out what appears to be a very long form, in addition to funds. Her cell number is, no, I'm just kidding. You can email her. Any other questions? Thank you so much for this great presentation. We really appreciate it. It's great work. Yes.
Chair, just a last thing, if you indulge me.
Yes.
You can see the enthusiasm and all the effort that Jennifer puts into this. So during the January meeting of the U.S. Green Building Council, she was nominated and then she was awarded the Green School Advocate Award for 2022.
Wow, congratulations. That's great news. Well deserved. Well deserved. That's wonderful. Thank you. Thank you for sharing that with us, and congratulations.
Thank you.
Alrighty then, Dr. Armbruster, are there any changes to the agenda?
No, Madam Chair, there are no changes to the agenda.
Thank you. In order to provide government transparency as well as reasonable opportunities for public to access and participate in the decision-making process, there are various methods by which the public can provide input to the school board on an agenda item. Those include coming to speak to the school board in person, using the call-in option, and via email in advance of the meeting. These methods are all published on the district's website and in BoardDocs. Ms. Inval, do we have anyone who has come to speak to the school board in person or anyone who has called in to speak on an item on today's agenda?
No, Madam Chair.
Thank you. No public hearings. All right. The Vice Chair will entertain a motion to approve the consent agenda as presented by the Superintendent. I need a motion. Motion made by Member Gould. Is there a second? Second by Member Byrd. All in favor, say aye. Aye. Chair Jacobs?
Aye.
Aye. Great. Let the record show that that passes in the affirmative. Next, we will hear from Dr. Armbruster.
Now I understand when I watch you from down there what it's like. That being said, I just wanted to share real quick that this past Saturday, March 4th, the Parent and Family Engagement Team hosted a Parent Academy College and Career Fair edition from 1 to 4 p.m. at Freedom High School. The Academy was attended by over 1,000 families. Admissions representatives from 50 colleges and post-secondary institutions were in attendance, including public universities, private colleges, historically black colleges and universities, military academies, technical institutions, and arts colleges. Sessions included topics such as financial aid, scholarships, college planning, obtaining disability services in post-secondary schools, and academic eligibility for the NCAA. All families in attendance received college and career planning checklists and resources. So I just wanted to let you know it was a wonderful event and very well attended.
Wonderful. That's awesome. Thank you for sharing. Member Byrd.
Yeah, I just wanted to say great job by our team for putting together that event. I heard some parents that went that really found it valuable. And I just think that is a testament to the fact that our parents are craving help in this area and direction. It's so confusing. There's so many things to consider when your child is at that stage where you're looking at colleges or figuring out their future path. And I would encourage us to continue to offer these kinds of workshops. And I love the fact that parents got a checklist, because I really think they need a checklist. And so just thank you to our team for putting this together.
Thank you, Member Byrd. Mrs. Imval, do you have anything to report this evening?
Just that I'm going to be peppering your inboxes with some policy red lines that I know you want to read over spring break.
We so appreciate that, because we have nothing else to do on spring break.
You're welcome.
We appreciate that. All right, reports. Member Felder, you had indicated you had a report to share.
Thank you so much, Chair. First of all, I'd like to thank the members of District 5, where the talent resides. I thank you so much for your attendance on last evening at the roundtable discussion. Board member Melissa Byrd was able to join us from District 7 with that slice of heaven. She was able to join us, and members of the cabinet here at OCPS who came, and law enforcement, community members, and this people just in the community, and the faith-based community. There were so many wonderful suggestions, and the engagement was just phenomenal. That RQ code they can use and just kind of answer questions, and they can see where people are standing in terms of what they want to see change or how they want to help is just phenomenal. That's what the same kind of process they used when Dr. Vasquez did her meetings at the schools, the 44 schools that she went to for those in our first 100 days. So I'd like to say for those of you that are listening that it's not the end. A principal called me today to say that he was so moved by what went on last night that he began to survey his students during lunch and did the same kind of thing that we did with them. And he says, Ms. Felder, I'm telling you, it was just something, how they began to answer the questions of what they thought. So I challenged my board members, some of you have already done it, to do this roundtable discussion with your districts. And then it's not going to stop just at there. We just kind of put out some things. We meet again to talk about now solutions. And then the third time is going to be where we invite some students, because I'm determined that we can get ahead of some of these problems that we are experiencing in our schools. And we have been positioned by the public who voted us into this position to come up with answers. And we can, and we will have some answers that are workable. And the principals, the district leaders, and parents, they deserve to hear our input and to see how we all can work together. We always say that it takes a village to raise a child. It also takes a village to protect a child. So I'm so grateful for the participation from this district, for the prayers, and of course the families and people coming out. And it's not over. We're really just beginning. So thank you so much for this opportunity.
Thank you, Member Felder. Are there any board members wishing to bring forth any policy level issues that the board would like to agenda at subsequent meetings or work sessions? No? Wonderful. Well, hearing none, thank you all for attending tonight. We are adjourning this meeting. Good night.